Howdy, howdy. Let's get this workout started. My name is Regina. Welcome to the Calm Confident Woman Studio. Let's get started taking some steps in place, warming up our bodies nice and easy. Pardon me. So, throughout this workout, our goal is to stay in a slow, steady, low intensity heart rate. So, for me, between the ages of 60 and 70, that means somewhere between 96 and 112. Now, you can always Google this, look it up online, but the older you are, the lower that number will be. So if you say, assuming that you're somewhere between 50 and 70, if you keep it somewhere around 100, if you're doing a little tracker, then you're going to be somewhere in that target range that you're looking for. And then I will try to remember when I post this to include the chart and that way you'll have a target. All right. So the reason that I choose to keep us in that slow, steady, low intensity rate is so that we're getting into the fat burn. Now, if we are going into the high intensity, the cardio, we've got a lot of benefit for the heart. Keep it walking. I'm going to just elevate this a little bit. We have a lot of benefit for the heart. So I'm not saying we don't need that as well. But when we want to target fat burn, then we need to keep it in that 60 to 70% of our maximum heart rate. Pardon me. All right. I have my own music going in the background. Put your music of choice on. Forgot to start our timer though. It's all right. We've got a couple of minutes in. All right, let's go ahead and start some heel digs. Add a little squat, a little bend in the knee. Whatever little is for you, it's very relative. I did all of my classes the other day without the mic on. And I was about halfway through each of the classes when I realized I didn't have the mic on. I was like, oh man. So I turned it on, but then in the recording, it's like it changed what it recorded. So it only showed in the recording from the point in which I turned the mic on. It didn't give me all of that before. And I had thought about doing a voiceover so we could still have those videos, but I think I'm just gonna have to scrap them. Every once in a while, I'll forget, but I do have it on. All right, let's take the feet toward the glutes. Yep. So we're getting into the hamstrings now, warming up the glutes a little bit, but especially into the hamstrings. And you can move through your arms to add a little more warming up. This being a 30-minute class, we'll keep our warm up to somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. Mm. And then we'll have our good 5-minute cool down. So we get a solid 20 minutes of activity, maybe a little bit more. And in that, we'll get somewhere close to the 2,000 steps. Now, if your goal is more steps in less time, then you're going to elevate your heart rate above that slow, steady, low intensity rate. All right. And then just take a little out to the side. Maybe a little twist, keeping it in a range of motion that feels available for you. Now, when we're staying in that slow, steady, low intensity rate, we are able to have a conversation, but we would be too winded to be able to sing. So that's another way to understand if you're in that range or not, is just have a conversation, even if that's with the walls or with the cat. Just speak out loud while you're working out. And if you're able to maintain that conversation level, then you're in a good place. But if you're not getting any winded at all and you can still sing, if you were to try, then you want to up the energy you're putting out. So that means you can go faster or you can go deeper and or you can move through your arms. All of those will increase the heart rate. All right, let's go into our first 1 minute of walking. I think I lost my music. So this is home. This is home base. You could spend the whole 20 minutes right here, moving, pumping through your arms, moving through your legs, getting your heart rate up and into that 60 to 70% zone. But I do like to break it up. So about every minute or so, I'm not precise exactly, but about every minute, we're going to spice it up. So from right here, let's just tap it out. Now do get a little deeper in your legs. So a little more than the warm up. And you can reach across. Do keep your shoulders pulled back. So keeping the shoulders back. And this is hinging over. We don't really want to be hinging over. Let's stay up nice and tall. Remember to breathe in and out through the nose, or you might need to start exhaling through the mouth. Doing great. All right, we're headed back to that walk right here. So that you can see, you don't need a lot of room for this workout. I'm using the space I have in my office, which is also where I do our yoga classes. I have my yoga mat rolled out and I bring the computer in closer and do our yoga. This is the space that I have, and it's just fine. Now, if you can get outside and do your walk and your workout, even better, because there are so many benefits of being in the sunshine. You can have on long sleeves, a big floppy hat, long pants to protect your skin if you're really sensitive to um, perhaps skin cancer or things of that nature. But you'll still be getting that radiant heat that works for the body on the inside. Those light waves can't be seen with the naked eye, and that radiant light from the sun does a lot of good for our bodies. All right, right here we're going to dig. So we want a little more bend in the knee, getting a little deeper. Maybe one day I'll set things up outside. A little more effort for me, a little more time to prep that. Maybe one day. Right, back to your walk. And then remember, we also here at Confident Woman Studio have weight bearing classes, weighted workouts, so that we are keeping the muscles and the bones nice and strong. We have yin yoga to help release the connective tissues. So all of the workout that we do, we need to also go in and release that um, that stagnation that can happen in the joints, as well as stretch out the muscles real nice. And then we have our gentle yoga class, which is an all over nice practice. Right. So this is our core connection class. And in talking with members, I've decided to, for a while, explore these walking workouts and then do some standing core work in this class, just to add a little variety to our recordings. Oh, I forgot to set my phone not to go to sleep. All right, from here, we're going into a step tap. Now get down a little bit if you want to keep that heart rate up. Let me go to my settings real fast. Shut that off. Oh, bring my time back up. Time. All right, back to our walk. I do like to occasionally go forward and backward, just so that I'm working the back of the legs as well. Right, going into skaters. So you're just going to step, kind of let tap the toes back behind, come to center, and other side. Skaters. You can move through your arms, and you can imagine that you're on skates of your choice. Might be ice skates, roller skates, roller blades. Good. Lift up through that pelvic floor and belly, keeping your low back protected and really starting to train core connection. So we want to be in tune with what we're feeling through our abs, lifting up through pelvic floor. Good. And back to your walk. Ooh, I'm staying in that higher. I'm staying right at 111 according to this little thing. And we already have 1,000 steps in. So that's really good. All right. You're going to plant the feet. Bring the right knee up with a quick hold and other side. Adding that twist if you can, or just stay centered. Or maybe you just tap the toes if bringing the leg up is too intense. Or you can always sit yourself next to a prop that will help you to stay balanced. So may place a wall behind you or a corner in the room behind you, or have a chair or counter nearby. Still connected with that deep core. And this class can be done with shoes or barefoot, whatever feels right for you. And back to your walk. If you're looking for ways to improve your glucose resistance or your body's use of glucose, let me put that, insulin resistance. A couple of other things we can do, or a few things we can do, is after eating, go for about a 10-minute walk or even 5 minutes, right? If that's not an option, then you can grab, let's just go ahead and do it now, move into some squats. So this will be our next minute of exercise. But you could just do 10 to 20 little air squats. That'll help with the body's metabolism of glucose. And then the other one are calf raises. It's another great way. And you can do calf raises seated if you needed to. Push your glutes back, pull the knees back. So we're not trying to take the knees over the toes, pull them back. You got it. A little squeeze of the glutes at the top. And we'll move right back into that walk. Ooh, those squats elevated my body, my heart rate. I was like, wow. Now in our weighted classes, we'll be doing squats, etc., with our weights. So I have recently invested in a kettlebell that's a little more weight than my hand weights, but you don't have to do that. If you have hand weights, great. If you just have household items, a couple of cans or water bottles, things like that, jugs of water that you have handles on, you can use those for a lot of what we do. All right, here we go. We're going to step to the side, step behind, step again, and tap. Step, behind, step, tap. Behind, step, tap. Now, if you need to up the ante, get deeper. No, I do not need to. I need to bring my heart rate down. I really do like high intensity interval training, and that's why I have taught so much of it through the years. But at this stage of life, I need to move more into this slow, steady, low intensity, just because it's better for my body when it comes to my cortisol levels. So cortisol is a really important hormone that regulates our sleep, amongst many other things. Back to your walk. And it works on a rhythm. And it's supposed to be high in the morning to wake you up, And then by the time the evening rolls around and it's bedtime, it's supposed to be down low. And mine was out of sync for a number of years. So I'm finally starting to get that rhythm back. And that happened when I stopped doing HIIT. So for me, I'm not saying I'll never do HIIT again. Don't believe that. But for a while now, I need to let my body heal and reestablish this healthier rhythm. And so that's where this slow, steady, low intensity is going to help. All right, we're going to side. So we're going to go to side, grab a little lunge, come back, go to the other side, and come back. You can reach, you can twist, push the glutes back behind you. Remember, your arms need to move too. If you're tracking your steps, they make a difference in your step count. Back to your walk. A couple more minutes of actual exercise, working out, and then we'll move into our cool down. All right, we're going into a little kick. So again, if you need to, for stability, just tap forward. Otherwise, a little lift of the leg and a kick out. Or if you want more, go higher. You can punch across or reach across, push across to really activate all of the side muscles that keep us stable and upright. There are stabilizer muscles. Belly toward the spine here, tailbone long. So it takes core to walk. Keeping that connection with your core will help you to be safer, more aware, less likely to trip, stumble, etc. Back to walk. All right, I'm going to finish it up with nice, quick little steps here. So just little pitter-patter feet, as quick as you can. Little movement through your arms, just a quick sprint. You can always just tap, tap, tap. You don't have to go as fast. Pull the belly toward the back, pull up pelvic floor. 15 seconds. Just a quick spurt. Slow it down and a little walk. Awesome. All right. Really slow it down. Moving into our cool down. Woo! Moving into that slower walk. That felt good, huh? Yeah. Whew. That little quick sprint at the end added a good 300 to 400 steps. I think about 300 steps. And I went just about 5 seconds longer than I should have. I'll keep that in mind because I went just above my peak. I went to 116 and really wanted to keep it below that, that 112 is the highest. So I'll know that going forward. All right. Let's step one leg back. Bend the front knee. Make sure that back heel is down so we're getting a nice stretch into that calf and into the ankle as well as into the front of your hip. And then bring that leg up and around behind. Inhale the opposite arm, extend toward the side of the leg behind you. So from the front, it looks like this. Come back up, take that leg back behind you, pull the ball of the front foot up, bend the back knee, no pressure into the knees, so hands below or above. Come on up and switch. Leg in front, leg in back, heel down. Make sure you have something to help you balance if that's something your body is asking for at this time. Come on up, take the leg behind, and then the opposite arm up, reach across. And come back up, unwind your legs, and that leg that was in back is in back again. You're gonna bring the toes up, take a little bend in the back knee. And come back up. Good. Big inhale, open up the arms, and then exhale, cross over. Give yourself a squeeze. Inhale wide, other arm on top. You did a great job. Thank you so much for joining me for this core connection with our walking, standing core workout. Until next class, have a great day. Bye-bye.